Hey foodies, thanks for watching. This is segment 2 of a 3-segment series that I'm coming out with. We've made the buns and they were glorious. Now we're gonna make a risotto to go with those buns. And I'm looking forward to showing the recipe to you. And I'm gonna start by getting my pot nice and hot. And I'm using a larger pot just to make sure I've got lots of room. And I want to start with a few things. I'm going to throw my butter in. And it's going to start to melt. You can see it melting in there. Oh, let me turn on a light there. There we go. We can see things a little better. Get that all sizzling and hot and yummy. I'll put the cheese over there for now. We don't need the spinach right now, but I'm going to use the green onions. So I'll set that there. And I'm going to grab my knife. And I'm just going to chop up some green onions. And what I love about using green onions is if you leave a little bit of the stem, you see these roots here, you pop them into water and you've got your own green onions growing indefinitely. I had this past summer some people walking down the street from where I live and they saw some of these, they were like 5 feet tall and they were like, what are those things there? And I'm like, oh, that's a green onion. And they're like, what? And it's crazy how big green onions get when they're just left unattended and you just let them grow, and then we can harvest them and grinding them up into green onions. So all of our butter has melted. So I want to add my rice. There we go. And I'm going to give that a stir. And I want to coat all of the rice with the butter. And you can see I'm just constantly stirring this. The butter and the rice, and you're looking for a nice glossy look on the rice, and that's exactly what I've got here. And I'm going to turn my stove down to medium, just so that it doesn't burn any more of the hairs on my hand off. Okay, so really quickly, I'm going to grab some stock, and you can use a vegetable stock, a chicken stock, a beef stock, a pork stock. I'm just using a chicken stock here, and I'm going to add, just over a cup of that, and I'm going to stir this up until it's all absorbed. And I've used a homemade stock, so what I like about the homemade stock is it really controls how much salt and what other preservatives are in it. So I know that I'm going to need to add salt to my risotto, and you can see the creaminess already starting right down here. It's just glorious. And you might be like, oh, he needs to add more stock. Not yet. You don't want to add it too soon. You add it too soon and then it doesn't, the starches don't really develop properly. So I'm going to add a little bit more. There's another cup. I'm going to turn it up just a tiny bit. The nice thing about risotto is it's a very soothing and relaxing kind of a meal. You just sit and you just enjoy, you stir. It's a great conversation piece where you can chat with friends as you're making it. And you just enjoy it. And you just wait for it to cook off the rest of that liquid. That's looking really nice so far. And it's real time. I mean, I haven't really made many cuts from this. So you're looking at how to make risotto really quickly. There are some recipes out there where they're like, oh no, just put the water in, put the lid on it, and then at the end stir it. Yeah, you can do that, but this really gives that chef's touch where you can really enjoy and masterfully make the risotto and cook it to perfection, because you don't tell a risotto when it's done, it tells you when it's done. And this is looking beautiful so far. So at this point, I'm going to add most of my green onions. I'm going to leave some for garnish. There we go. And I want to keep stirring or it's going to stick to the bottom. Oh, that's lovely. Lovely smelling. If you wanted to add garlic at this point, you could add garlic, no problem. And now is the time that you would do that. I'm going to add just a dash of white wine. Whew. Yeah, a little bit more, why not? And you just, the white wine I find is just mostly for flavor. So you're enjoying the flavor and just how it's, oh, and it's smelling so good. Okay, and while I've got a moment, I'm gonna grab some salt because I know it's gonna need a little bit of salt. I'm going to stir that in. I'll do the pepper in a moment. Okay, I think a little tiny bit more stock. And I'm constantly adjusting the temperature of the stove. So I was on low, and then I went up to medium, and then I went up to high, and then I went back down to medium-low, and now I'm back up to medium, yeah, up to medium. I turn it to low when I'm stepping away from the stove, just so that it doesn't stick and burn, because nothing's worse than having a really burnt risotto. Okay, so while I've got a little bit of liquid there, I'm going to turn it down to low. I'm going to move those into that bowl. I'm going to grab my spinach. And that's that done. That's going to go in. That's going to be glorious. And then let's grab the sun-dried tomatoes. Let's see. Oh, look at all those baby tomatoes. They look great. They're probably my favorite. I'll get a couple big ones. Yes. I'm going to have to stir that. Yeah, that's probably lots of sun-dried tomatoes for that. Give that a stir. Oh yeah, that's getting there. The reason I'm putting the sun-dried tomatoes and the spinach in last is because spinach doesn't take long to cook at all. It needs a bit of liquid. And the sun-dried tomatoes, they're soaking in oil, so they're gonna cook really quickly. There we go. And I'm gonna throw those in with a little extra bit of oil. There we go. Rinse my hands. Okay, I'm gonna turn the stove back up. I'm gonna add a little bit more liquid to help with the spinach. I'm stirring that down. You can see the starches activating in that risotto. Oh, it smells so good. Ah, look at that. I'm almost ready to try it. I mean, I've still got ingredients to add, but it almost looks done. In fact, let's give it a try. So I'm gonna grab a spoon, and it's mostly the rice that I want to try. It's not done yet. Oh, it's good though. It's really good. I don't think I need stock yet. I'm gonna let it cook down. The texture, the consistency you're looking for a good cooked risotto is you want the rice to be al dente, but not so al dente that you're like, nah. Like there's definitely crunchy bits in there. And you want it to be like a firm bite to each grain, but not the kind where it's going to dry your mouth out. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the stock. It's incredible how much it expands. I mean, this was 2 cups of rice, and it's ballooning up. And I'm glad I've got this large pot. It's made me happy knowing that we've got this size of pot. Okay, and I'm giving this a good stir. And you can see, like, as I run the paddle through, it's leaving like a trail, and then it is all moving back in together. You can see the grains are getting bigger and starchier, and that's what we're looking for. And I mean, 5 minutes of stirring. I think if this were a romantic evening, you could easily sit and chat over a glass of wine or a cup of hot chocolate or something and just chat and enjoy and show your cooking skills of maybe making a homemade risotto, because risotto sounds so fancy. And it's fancy, but it's simple. It's so yummy. I think I'm ready to give this another try. Turn it down to low. Grab myself another spoon. No double dipping here. It's almost there. Almost there. I think it's going to use up the rest of my stock. And I'm going to add a little bit more stock. In fact, I'm just going to use the whole thing. Give it a good stir. What I like about making risotto is instead of making it with water, you're making it with stock. And if you get a really good flavored stock, that's what's going to make your risotto just take it to a whole other level. It's going to really make it so flavor infused. It's going to be wonderful. Okay, I'm going to let that cook just a little bit longer. Just leaving it. I'm not going to stir it just for the last few moments. I've left it on a medium-low. And you can see it bubbling still and doing its thing. I really want the rice to just finish that cooking part. Just really let it round itself out and become nicely infused with the chicken flavor, the chicken stock. You can hear that. Okay, so I'm going to turn it down to as low as I can. And I'm going to get my cheese grater. And I'm going to grate some Parmigiano Reggiano. That's better. Maybe even the bigger. That's quicker. So we're going to add a bunch of Parmesan cheese into it. This is where if you had mascarpone cheese, you'd put a dollop of mascarpone cheese. There, I'm not going to use all of it. Some of it needs to be for garnish. There, I'll take that. And we're going to do that. And I'm going to grab some yogurt. Because I don't have mascarpone cheese, but I do have yogurt. And I'm going to put a couple dollops of yogurt in there. 1, 2. I'm going to give it a stir. And I'm going to add my pepper quickly. There we go. Give it one more stir. And then I'm going to shut it off. I'm going to let it sit for 5 minutes. I'll see you in a moment. It's been 5 minutes. The buns came out of the oven. They're magnificent looking, as you can certainly see. I've grabbed one. I want to slice it in half. I want to have it with my risotto. Oh my goodness, look at the air pockets in there. Oh, that looks so good. I'm going to grab a little bit of butter. Got some soft butter here. Just really enjoy this. Okay, so that's that. Let's look at the risotto. I'm going to grab a spoon while I'm waiting. Oh, maybe another spoon. Let's go. There we go. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, look at that. Let's give it a stir. Oh, that looks great. That looks lovely. Oh, that looks really, really good. Okay. So we're going to bring this over here. And let's get a nice scoop of this. I think this with a piece of fish or piece of chicken would just be unbelievable, especially for like a special occasion coming up or anything like that. I'm gonna grab my glass of wine because when you cook with wine and you do such a great job, I mean, you gotta have something to enjoy it and you have to enjoy and feast with it. So let's garnish this up. I think cheese first. Oh, yes. And a little bit of green onion. And let's... Oh, it smells so good. Let's give it a try. Oh, it's got that sound. It's got the risotto sound. Mmm. Mmm. What I really like, there's the spinach and the green onion that was cooked into it, but then adding the little bits of fresh green onion, it just adds a little tiny bit of pop to the dish. It's great, and it's interesting. When I first tried it, before I added the cheese and the yogurt and just let it sit, I was like, did I add too much salt? I might have added too much salt. And then I added the cheese and I was like, oh God, it's gonna be so salty. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I'm gonna one more bite just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Mm. Mm. No, it's really good. You are going to want to try making this. If you're looking for the recipe, you can visit glutenfreeguy.ca. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Thanks for watching.